Welcome to another 11 plus non-verbal reasoning class. For this class, we'll be looking at similarities, that is looking for a shape that is similar to two figures on the left. You don't have to look at the differences. The differences will be for odd one out. Now let's take the instruction. Find the figure on the right that is most like, that is similar to the two figures on the left. All you need to do is to look for a figure that is similar to these two figures on the left. Now we are going to use our elimination method. Let's look for their common features. Now the common features between these two shapes is that they have archings, that is, they are striped diagonally. So we need to look for a shape on the right that is striped. So A is not a shape, B is shaded black, C does not have stripes, D has stripes, and E does not have stripes. So the answer to this example is D. You can see the diagonal stripes. Now let's take some practice questions. The first practice question, let's look at the two figures. You can see the two figures, they have a black arrowhead. That is the common features. Ignore the differences. The differences between these two figures is that you can see one has kind of straight wavy line and one has a curved wavy line. So those are the differences. You have to ignore the differences, but the similarities is that both of them have a black arrowhead, and the shape we have to look for on the right will be a shape with a black arrowhead. Now looking at the shapes, you can see that option A has a black arrowhead, which makes P1. The answer to practice question 1 is A. Let's take practice question 2. For practice question 2, study the two figures on the left. You can see the common features are they have a straight line and a white circle. Now ignore the differences. The differences is that one of the figure, the circle, is touching the straight line, while the second one, the circle, is going across the line. So those are the differences. You have to ignore them. Let's look at the common features, a circle and a straight line. Now A is not the answer because the circle is not touching nor crossing the straight line. C, we have a white circle, but this one is having a black circle. Likewise D. And for E, the straight line is having two circles, which makes E incorrect. The answer is B, a straight line and a white circle touching the straight line. So for P2, the answer is B. Let's take P3. Now for P3, study the two figures. Now one of the common features is that they are both 2D shapes, and the shapes have smaller shapes within the bigger shapes. Now, and you can see one of the common features, the most important common features, is that both of the shapes have a triangle. This one has a right angle triangle and this one has a big triangle. When we look for the answer, we have to look for a shape with a triangle. And let's start with A. A has a shape within, one of the common features, but has no triangle. So we eliminate A. B has a circle inside, that's a shape within but has no triangle. We have to eliminate B. Now the common features is that what does A have, B would have the same. So A has, let's say this shape is A, it has a triangle, and the second shape has also a triangle. So let's move to C. C has no triangle and there is no shape within. Option D has a triangle but the triangle is outside, no shape within. E has a triangle and the triangle is within. So the answer is option E. Now I would love you to take practice question 4 as your homework. If you have any question, you can drop your question and also your answers in the comment section. I'll be there to guide you. See you in the next class. Bye.